Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. I'm so glad you joined me today. Today, I am going to share 12 ways that I have saved money by quitting my job. And maybe you're thinking you're just seeing what you want to see. Maybe, but these are 12 positive ways that I'm saving money so I don't feel a bit bad about quitting my job. I hope you'll stick around.
Hi, I'm Bonita and I am early retired. I'm not old enough yet for Social Security. I'm living on a low income and I am living off of savings. And right now I'm spending the winter in my RV in the Rio Grande Valley in South Texas. I normally live in Kansas. I have frugal videos all year round, and I hope that you will join me this year in 2025 as we share ways to save money and live our dreams.
I know quite a few of you that listen to the channel are also early retired or wanting to retire or just wanting to quit your job. So this is a positive video to show you all the ways that I have saved money since I quit my job at the end of 2023. So in 2023, I knew when I quit my job that we would be saving money on our income taxes. We live in Kansas. We still have state income tax, and sometimes the state income tax is pretty high. In fact, sometimes it feels like it's as high as the federal. But when I quit my job, I didn't have that high of an income anymore. I had a low income. So this year, when I filed my taxes in 2024, we saved almost $6,000 in taxes. My husband and I filed joint, and he is working, and I am not working. I do have some side income that I claim. We keep our money separate, but we file our taxes together. So a $6,000 savings between Kansas state taxes and federal taxes, I call that a win. The second way that we are saving money by me not working is I was making multiple stops at the grocery store every single week when I was in the city after work. I would try to just shop when I was already in town at my work, and I would probably stop 2 to 3 times a week just to see if there was anything that we needed or any specials that I could pick up. And so by doing that, I spent more on groceries than I should have just by the proximity of me already being in the city. And I'm like, I might as well just stop and look after work just to make sure to save another trip into town. I really wasn't saving anything. I was spending too much for only two people left at home that were empty nesters. I never went into town on the weekend to shop. I wasn't going to make that extra trip, but I stopped too often on the way home. The third way is not working has made me look for better deals. I now shop for better deals on anything that I need. And one of the main things that I've saved money on is my medicine. I had insurance at my last job and I carried it on both my husband and myself. And when I got ready to quit, I made sure all my 90 days of meds were filled up until I could figure out what to do. And then I found the Kroger savings plan. And in our state, there are Dillons. And I save so much money on my medicine. Very rarely do any of my medicines go above the $10 range that I was paying as a copay with my insurance. In fact, most of my medicines are about $2 to $3. And if they are $9, it's for 90 days. And I was paying $15 for a 30-day script, or if I had a 90-day script through the mail that was supposed to be cheaper and easier, I was still paying more than I'm paying right now. So I have saved so much money by just paying $36 per year for this Kroger savings plan and getting my medicine. In fact, one of my medicines alone pay and make up for that $36 annual cost that I pay to be part of that program. The fourth way is I'm taking better care of myself. I'm taking better care of myself mentally. I was so stressed out. I was so fatigued, and I was in so much pain when I was working. I'm eating better. I am cooking more at home. I'm exercising. All of those things are taking care of myself better. And by taking care of myself better and being in less pain, I'm taking less of my medicine. That is also a big savings. So my prescriptions are less, but I don't need my medicine as much. So that is a huge win. My fifth way I'm saving money is I was working an hour each way going to work. So I'm saving on gas, I'm saving on tires, I'm saving on oil changes, wear and tear on my car, and I was able to drop my insurance to pleasure only because they charge you based on how much you drive your car. So my insurance rates also went down. I was going through about $200 worth of gas per month. And now my budget for my gas is $50, and sometimes I only spend 25. I'm saving a lot on my gas. I'm saving a lot on my tires. I was constantly replacing tires, and I was having to get oil changes way more often. And we all know how much all of that can add up to. My sixth way is I don't have any work expenses. I felt comfortable letting my hair go gray, so I don't have any of that costs. I don't have to buy clothes for work anymore. I don't have to buy gifts for people for retirement, for babies, all of those things that you're expected to contribute to. I don't have to do those anymore. And a lot of times those will catch you off guard at work, and you're like, where am I supposed to come up with this? But I have to participate or I look like a heel. So those are things that I'm really happy that I don't have to come up with that extra money for anymore for my coworkers. Number seven, the next way I'm saving money is I'm able to preserve food, keep it from going to waste by chopping and freezing it and putting it in the freezer. Before, I didn't have time to get to that. I didn't have the energy, and I was so tired, fatigued, and hurting that I didn't worry about the stuff in my fridge. I just wanted to come home and sit down. Now I spend my energy making sure that the stuff in the fridge either gets used or gets chopped and frozen or preserved in some way so that I don't waste any food. We all end up wasting food at some time or another, and sometimes we don't mean to, and sometimes we just forget about it, and sometimes it just gets away from us. But I have wasted so little food since I quit working that I feel like that has been a huge savings in itself. And I started gardening, and that has saved us some money. And I love going out to my yard and just taking a knife and just clipping off things to eat and bringing them inside. They taste so much better. They're fresh. I know they're organic. It's just a wonderful way to save money and have an accomplishment and a hobby that's frugal and fun. And I look forward to it every single day. Number eight, I now have time to inventory, declutter, and see what I actually have. I have saved so much money by finding things that I didn't remember I had, I didn't know where they were, or I forgot that I had them all together, and I am now using these things. Some of the things I brought with me in the RV, like my bullet blender, I remember wanting one at one time. I didn't remember that I had gotten one as a Christmas gift, and I had packed it away in one of my cabinets in the kitchen. It was clear at the back. And when I was decluttering, I'm like, here is a bullet blender for my smoothies. I didn't even remember having one. That's just one of many, many examples of things that I have found that I am now using, and it's really making a difference because I am finding food, I'm finding household supplies, things that I can use that I don't have to purchase. The ninth way is I can now plan my household tasks around the peak hours where they charge us more, because it's during the hottest, busiest time of the day when more people are pulling on the power. Our peak hours are between 1 and 7, and I can now wash my clothes around those times. Before, I had to stick it in whenever I had a moment or whenever I could get to it, and I couldn't be bothered with even thinking about working around the times that my energy cost more. Now I make a point of doing it, and it saves me a ton of money. The 10th way that I'm saving money is I have more time to cook, use up pantry items, look up ways to use the pantry items that I have on hand, and actually get use out of them. There are so many things as I decluttered even my kitchen cabinets that I found in there. Some things were no longer usable. A lot of things were, and I made a point of bringing them to the front and using them. I used to not really know what was in my freezer. I have a chest freezer, and there would be times I would overbuy because you only see what's in like the top fourth of that freezer, and the bottom three-fourths you kind of know, but you don't really know what's in there. And I've had time to inventory, to move things around, to clean it out, to put vegetables and meat and different things in different areas so I can find them easier. The organization and the going through of every single thing and pulling it out and marking it down so that I can keep track of what I actually have keeps me from overbuying, makes sure my stuff doesn't get freezer burnt, and saves me money. The 11th way is I'm no longer panic shopping, especially for groceries. When I had 6 kids and I worked full time, I would go in after work, and you know the feeling. You're just panic shopping, trying to pick up some things because you don't really know what you have at home, and you need to make something in a hurry because you know your kids are waiting on you and they're all hungry. And there would be times that I would just panic shop and grab things that I knew were easy, were fast, things they liked, and I just needed to get home and get something in the oven. Now I can shop slower. I can be more strategic with my shopping. I know what I have. I can just fill in the blanks as they come on sale. And that has saved us a bunch of money and a bunch of worry. And the 12th way is I have more time for upkeep, for repair, for doing little things, whether it's mending some clothes or painting a wall or doing any of those little things around your house that you always think you're going to get to on the weekend. And then you are like, I don't want to spend my whole weekend day doing this. I had some clothes that needed mending for about 3 years, and I had a mending pile, but I never felt like doing it. I never got to it. And there would be times that you'd be like, I'm just going to have to go out and buy another pair of whatever that is because I can't get to it. And when I quit working, that first year, I spent time mending that pile and doing a lot of those things that I had just been putting off to when I had more time. And it saved me money. It put things back in my wardrobe that I had time to use. And it gave me purpose and a schedule and things that I knew were benefiting my household. So there can be some value in that. There's some can be some value in feeling like you're getting stuff done that you haven't had time to get done, and it's always on that silent to-do list in the back of your mind, and those things bother you, and you're just sitting there sometimes the evening in your chair feeling guilty because you know you need to be doing some things and you just don't feel like it when you're working. So now I do those things during the day. I still have time to sit down in the evenings, and I still have time to enjoy my evenings without feeling like I probably should be doing something else. I know that stuff is handled. That's 12 of the quick ways that I jotted down that I've been saving money since I quit working. I know there are many more, and maybe you have some that you've been doing since you've quit working as well, or things that you know you would have time to do if you weren't working. Drop those in the comments. I always appreciate the time you spend with me, and I hope to see you in the next video.